man.
It sure does.
This one, if it needs to be there, if I don't use it.
Uh-huh.
See, like if I go somewhere for the night and I don't take that guitar, I'll worry all night long and tear myself up because there would be a song that I didn't want. You know, but as sure as I take it, I mean, there's a good chance if I take it, I'll never touch it. But if I don't take it, there's that chance that something's going to come to me and I'm going to knock it out, you know.
And, you know, we were talking about blues, and Brian was talking about blues there, and a group plays a lot of blues music. It's a good southern rock and roll band by the name of the Allman Bros band. And I think this guitar right here, weren't you telling me before we started tonight on the show, this guitar belongs to Dickie, Betts, and now you?
Well, it originally belonged to Dickie Betts of the Allman Brothers Band, and one of the premier, I'll hold it here where you can get a good look at it. This is an Alvarez, and this is basically an off-the-shelf Alvarez that just happens to be one of the finest playing guitars I ever touched in my life, and has a feel of its own. And Dickie Betts, I've had the pleasure of meeting Dickie. I don't try to use people in the business to further myself. I hate people who sit around and they name drop and they talk about, I've met this person and I've met that person, and I just don't do that. But Dickie and I had a real good rapport going, and we got, he knew who I was before he met me.
Through your songwriting? Through
my songwriting and through Gary Stewart. Well, mainly through Gary Stewart. Gary and Dickie are good friends. So Gary and Dickie and I, well, Gary and I met Dickie in Nashville and spent a couple of days, and different things. One thing led to another, and we became friends. And he influenced me. I've always loved his picking. His playing is tremendous, I just think.
Yeah, I love the Allman Brothers. Yeah.
But and they need to be together. They just need to be together. It's a thing.
And their albums, Sonny, the last 3 Allman Brother albums have been just so killer. They have spoken, have they not?
I'm telling you, but see, I'm a huge Allman Brothers fan.
Yeah, so am I.
And so is Gary Stewart.
Yeah.
And see, Gary and Dickie live within a couple miles of each other, and they're big buddies. Well, Dickie also has a home in Nashville. And see, when we went down there, Gary and I, we visited.
So you and Dickie Betts of the Allman Brothers Band and Gary Stewart, good buddies, and buddy.
Getting back to this guitar, Gary was at Dickie's session, the Allman Brothers Band session, and when they got finished, he had used this guitar on a couple of songs, and he said, "Here, I want to give you this because I love you, and this is yours. I just want to give it to you. Just give it to you, you know." And of course, he's got thousands of guitars. Well, he's got a few good guitars from Dickie Betts. So anyway, he gave him this guitar, and he said, "Pass it on." That's what he said. He said, "Pass it on, because it brought me good luck today. I know it did, and it's going to bring you good luck next session you do, and whoever does it after, it'll be good luck guitar. I know it will."
And through your friendship with Gary Stewart, and Gary Stewart gave it on you.
And I saw Gary Stewart, and Gary Stewart gave it to me. I was at this session right here.
Let's okay. Juanita, you got this coming in right here, okay. This little boy's from Jenkins, is that right, Sonny?
Jenkins, Kentucky. He was born at Payne Gap, which is like right beside of Jenkins, and grew up until he was about 13 years old there at Jenkins, and moved to Fort Pierce, Florida, and has lived there ever since.
That's where he lives at today, Fort Pierce, Florida.
That's where he is at today. And he, of course, I don't think we need to talk too much about Gary, because everybody in the world knows him.
Everybody knows Gary Stewart.
I've been very lucky in that I've had about a 20-year friendship with Gary Stewart, and I try to believe in a set of rules to go by in musicianship, and what that is you don't use people. And what I do with Stewart is I've never used his friendship to get a song recorded. But when he hears a song that I write, he'll hear a song that I write, and he'll believe in that song, and he'll record it. But I want him to believe in that song first. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So.
And he does believe in these songs. Apparently he does. He wouldn't record it. Gary Stewart would not put his name on a song that he did not believe in.
That's right. And on this song here, I wrote a song, and I sent it to Gary, and I didn't have my name on it. Gary knew who it was, though. I mean, I told him I'd send it to him, and he got it. He sent it to Roy Day, his producer. Well, months later, Roy found it and played it, and didn't know who did it. And he called Gary. He said, "Gary, I found the perfect song for you to record." And he sent it to him, and it was looking for some brand new stuff. He said, "It's just," he said, "it sounds like you wrote it." So, in fact, I actually wrote the song thinking about Gary. So what we did is, the song went around 3 or 4 channels before it came around, and ended up being recorded. You know.
What song are we talking about on here now?
It's called "Looking for Some Brand New Stuff."
Looking for some brand new stuff. Oh man, everybody's looking for a little touch, looking for some brand new stuff.
And it's about a guy.
Do it.
It's about a guy. It's a honky tonk song.
Let's hear it.
I'll do a little bit
Let's
of it.
do it. Okay.
It's about a guy out on the town, and he's looking for some brand new stuff.
Yes, he's looking for something to light up his life.
He's out honky tonking, and he wants to.
That's right.
It's a honky tonk song, and it fit Gary's image, and it was perfect for him.
Looking for some brand new stuff. Make it dirty, son.
It's dirty as hell. Well, clear off the dance floor, honey, 'cause I'm gonna need some room. I got a brand new $100 bill I can't spend too soon. If you think I'm on the prowl, well, baby, you ain't wrong. So tell the band to crank it up loud and play me a good time song. Long and lean, come on over here. I'll hang on to my coattail while I finish this beer. Oh, this is just one old boy that can't get enough. I'm down and dirty on a Saturday night, looking for some brand new stuff. Some brand new stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep America clean. I'm gonna pick it up. That's bad, Sonny. I like it. That was a big hit, right? And that's on this. Is that on this particular album?
Yeah, it's on that album.
Okay.
It did real good for Gary.
Let's look at it one more time. And you drawing a good royalty check, I'm sure, making a little money whenever this is
I made
played
some
on?
good money on that cut. I sure did.
What's on that particular cut? What's the most money you ever made on a song?
It was Tommy Overstreet.
Tommy Overstreet was the
Yeah.
biggest hit.
Yeah, and because it was I had different songs that charted.
Mhm.
The song that charted, well, a couple from Arlo. Then I had a song that charted called "Let's Forget That We're Married" by Gary Stewart.
Oh yeah, let's forget that we're married. Gary
that
Stewart.
was-
I remember that
yeah,
on the
that
radio.
was a torture to write and stuff,
Yeah.
and it was a hassle. We wrote it right under the eyes of RCA. They were like looking right down our throats every minute.
Oh my.
You know, he was on RCA then, and you know, like we went in with it one evening, and they said, "No, it ain't ready. Go back tonight, and if you can do it by in the morning, we'll record it." We went back that night, set up all night in the Spence Manor in a big plush. They had the entire top floor suite,
Yeah.
and we sat back and kicked back and got right and wrote that song. Let's Forget That We're Married. And we wrote it that night, and the next day we went in about 11 o'clock, played it for him. He heard it. He said, "That's it. Let's go record it." Went right in and recorded it, and charted real good with it and stuff. The last thing we had on RCA.
Yeah.
And it was on the RCA package. I lucked out then too, because it was on the RCA Greatest Hits album that Gary released. Now recently he's released an album that it's not on, and it was a high tone remake of a bunch of different hits. It's a whole lot of things off albums and all kinds of stuff. And it's called the 17 Greatest Hits of Gary Stewart.
Mhm.
And it wasn't released on there for some reason,
Mhm.
but it was released on the original RCA Greatest Hits Gary Stewart album,
Mhm.
and was a knockout, you know, and was country as it can be, real country.
But now you don't just write country; you write stuff that have pop flavor and pop feel.
Boy, I write a lot of
Especially some
rock
this
and
new
roll stuff,
don't
you know.
And like we saw in the video, and we're getting ready to play your videos again there too. You do some swagger and debauchery rock and roll stuff. Too.
That's right up my alley. As a matter of fact, you know.
Yeah, I can feel that. I can see that rock coming out of you,
I'm
especially
dead
when
in
you're
the
on
middle
stage there.
of that.
Yeah,
And
you certainly like that southern rock too.
I'm a big fan of southern rock bands like Blackfoot and
Rebel Rousers.
Yes, and
Blackfoot, Marshall Tucker band.
I like that
Allman Bros
blues
band.
edge to
Yeah,
everything. You know
me too.
that gives it.
Yeah, especially that Mississippi Delta style stuff too. Allman Brothers use that a lot. They even do a Robert Johnson song, "Come on into my kitchen, 'cause it's gonna
Won't
be
you
raining out."
Come on